That was a saying that I heard growing up, that I'm the king of this household. And being the king of your household had had a meaning that you controlled what went on within your four walls. You had ultimate say, and you were, living life in such a way that you were empowered. To be a king is to have the ultimate power. Now, you live long enough in this world and you go through enough things, you realize that any of us can be broken. So no one has supreme power over natural disasters, over health, over accidents. So, you got to always remember that, you're not above anyone. But beyond that, what it means to live like a king, it doesn't mean that you control the people in your house. It means that you control your life. And you control what you want to do when you want to do it. Okay. You're not, look, I say one is you're single. I don't think you're a king if you're in a relationship. I think if you're in a relationship, you went to a Christmas party with an ugly sweater on. I think if you're single, you do whatever you want. Okay, that's what I think. I think living like a king means you can go to Starbucks and you could say, order the whole menu. Okay? Or you can go, I think being able to go out to eat whenever you want and still living below your means, still having a savings account, still having little to no debt, that's living like a king. I remember when I was in New Jersey, a boss of mine said, man, if you could go to Florida and take your up north salary, you'd be living like a king. Because don't forget, the housing boom and much of the money that's now in Florida comes from other states, northern states, and people have come and they resettled here. Tennis on lock. Well, damn it, I feel like a king when I get a super chat. $5 super chat. Thank you, Tennis on lock. Thank you for the inspiration this year, Samuel. Thank you for that gracious tip. Wishing you happy and healthy 2021. Amen. But we got another 24 hours left in 2020. So let's play with a champion mindset, meaning that we're going to play the last couple minutes of the fourth quarter with the same intensity we started the game. Okay. So thank you, Tennis on Lock. Best wishes to you also, brother. King status. King status means you're in control. And, to the point I was making, it's like, if you can figure out to live where you want to live and to have a surplus of income, look, you control shit. And it's true that, look, even though Florida is still a little bit cheaper depending on where you go cost of living wise, guys, right now the economy is so inflated because people can work from anywhere. There's a lot of stimulus that, living like a king, I think it has more to do, with getting control of your finances than being the richest person in the room. Okay. Because, look, you can watch a bunch of motivational stuff. You can have a great desire to be very wealthy. But being financially free to me is not about my bank account's bigger than yours, because that's not the game. And that, to me, that's not even something that... Financial freedom is simply meaning you can go to Starbucks, order whatever you want. You got money in savings. You got income coming in. And you're living below your means and you're happy. That's financial freedom. Okay. Now, the income coming in, that can change if you get laid off. That's why you got to have side hustles. That's why you got to have an emergency fund in case something goes wrong. A couple of people have been reaching out to me. They want to live in their vehicle. One girl, I went in her channel. She had 3 videos of her laying in her bed with her cat. I said, she better not hit the road because she don't look like she got emergency funds. She don't look like she got side hustles. But that's just me. I mean, for me, living like a king is not like I got a queen by my side, because I think that's a scam out the wazoo. Okay. And then same thing with my women out there. I don't think you need a man. I think you need a dildo. Okay. And if you're a girl or a transgender, and I think if you're a guy, you need a sock and you need a savings account. Okay. Living like a king is about living life on your terms. What are you going to do tomorrow on your day off? Guys, when you run your life, not your household, not your wife and your kids and your dog, when you run your own life, when you're in control of it, guys, it's good. Okay. And I thought about that today, that look, everything that you think sometimes when you're young that you're missing out on, or you think like, you have a disadvantage. If you can persevere and if you can untangle some of the commitments you have made, like I saw a girl on Instagram, good to see you, Tony. I saw a girl on Instagram, she got 3 dogs, and now the dogs run her life. And now she can't live her life. She was in her SUV crying. She didn't want to go home to the dogs. The dogs were her husband. She didn't want to go home to the dogs. One is, my mom made this mistake. Dogs are like children or like relationships. 1, maybe. 2, you're barely going to make it work. 3, it's overboard. If you have 3 dogs, if you have 3 kids, if you have anything more than 2, you're done. I had a plumber yesterday leave a comment on my live feed talking about a real man has a lot of kids. I give free estimates on my plumbing. I'm saying to myself, okay, why don't you take your free estimates, okay? And you probably show up late to your appointments too. That's why you give free estimates. And why don't you take your 11 kids and your 5 dogs, and he said he had problems. He didn't say like he was living his great life. He says he's got all these problems. And he was telling me real men have babies. Real men get a vasectomy. Real men eat avocado toast and order whatever they want from Starbucks. Real men, okay, have inspirational videos. Married men with 11 kids, 3 grandkids, and you got to go rotor-rooter some grandma's toilet. You're living a shit life. I'm living like a king. Guys, look, I try not to go there, because I don't want to tell you your life is a disaster, because I don't look at people like peasants, okay? Except when I pass by Dunkin' Donuts, I say, this is what poor people do. But let's stay positive tonight, okay? And what I can tell you guys, okay, you got 2 options in life, okay? You can have 3 kids, 11 kids, 3 dogs, okay? And you can go get your rotor-rooter snake, okay? And you can go to some grandma's house and pump out all the dookie, all the hair. There's 90% of all plumbing is caused by too much toilet paper or feminine products in the toilet bowl or hair in the drain. Okay, that's why every time you go to a public bathroom, it says, please don't clog the toilet with feminine products, paper towels, etc. Because it's the 90% problem. So here you are, you got 11 kids, 3 dogs, you're leaving comments on me. This is the most I ever saw a plumber write, okay? Other than a long invoice, okay? He wrote this long-ass thing, okay, about like how real men have kids. I said, real men get a vasectomy and eat avocado toast. That's what I told him. I didn't tell him that. But he wrote this long-ass thing. I said to myself, this guy's out of control. Guys, look. He's the type of person to drink alcohol because people told him real men drink alcohol. Real men don't drink alcohol. Real men don't smoke weed, okay? Men who smoke weed drink alcohol. Guys, you might as well get an overpriced pickup truck, okay? You might as well wear an ugly sweater to your overweight wife's get-together, okay? And you might as well set up like a Katie May multi-level marketing in your living room. She ain't gonna make no money on it either, okay? Because you ain't living like a king. You living like a broke plumber. Okay, drinking Dunkin' Donuts, motherfucker. And I hate to say it, because I try to stay positive tonight. Okay, because what I can tell you is, guys, we're eating Starbucks. We're by the beach. Okay, and I'm living like a king in Florida. Okay, I came. Okay, where all the kings came from, the northern states. Okay, and they resettled in a state where there's no state income tax. Because if you ain't paying state income tax, that's a go. Okay, if you can, relocate your salary. So the message in tonight's video is, okay, if you want to live like a king or a queen, okay, one is stay single. 2 is don't have kids. 3 is follow steps 1 and 2. Okay, and you gonna have no problem. Okay, you gonna have no problem. Don't have a lot of pets. Because that, like this other chick, you said, well, all your videos about the same thing. Guys, a lot of you guys still not getting the first 2 parts. I got to repeat the message, okay? But I just thought about that today. Like, I remember my boss saying, look, if you could take your salary from up north and go south, but it wasn't even that. It's like, you got to take your lifestyle. My lifestyle is a single. You can live in Idaho. If you DoorDash, like King Stretch came in here last night, he was depressed. And then he remembered, he making $18 an hour Planet Fitness. He ain't got no wife, no kids, no mortgage. He's living like a king. You say, can you live like a king and work at Planet Fitness? Well, you damn sure ain't living like a king if you're a plumber, even if you're making $80,000 a year. If you got 6 kids, 5 grandkids, 3 dogs, you're dead broke. And you're drinking Dunkin' Donuts on credit. Guys, that's how poor people live. Okay. I'm living like a king. Okay. So what I can tell you is this. Thank you, Tennis Unlocked. And Tony goes, living your life on your terms. You get it, brother. Tony Guerrero, shout to Canada, shout to Universal Healthcare. Okay. Now, look, guys, they're getting to Donald Trump $2,000 a month until the coronavirus is over. However, they got to deal with cold weather, so they got to have some type of enjoyment. Great way to frame it, Sam. Tony Guerrero, I love you, brother, and I appreciate you staying with me. And I want to thank you. You are a king in Canada, brother. And when they open up the border, come back down. Now, Brent from Canada, he came back down. He was visiting I think his parents in Port St. Lucie. His brother got laid off and doesn't want to work again. Sounds like he's a little lazy. Okay. And I don't know, man, but I think Brent, he grew up in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. And then he moved to Canada. And I think he hates that he moved to Canada. In my opinion, I don't know his whole story. But he's married now with kids, or 1 kid. Look, guys, I think in the 2020 and beyond, men and women, you want to be independent. I think independence is the new wave. And, for me, that's what really makes you live like a king. Because there's no way, even if you're financially free, there's no way you're living like a king or queen and you come home and someone else is in a bad mood and you're in a good mood. Even if your money's good. Okay. Even if your money's good. Not about money per se. That's why I tell you guys, look, I like money, but it's not all about that. It's if guys and girls, you come home, someone's in a bad mood, you're in a good mood, you're not living like a king or queen. Or if you're in a bad mood, you got to come home and explain why you're in a bad mood. Nah, I'm good. Okay. Because I'll tell you this, guys, I go and come as I please. I'm living like a king. I don't have to worry about my card being declined, okay, when I order Starbucks. I'm living like a king, okay? I go where I want, when I want, do what I want, okay? Now, look, guys, a lot of people got more money than me. A lot of people may have a lot more nicer stuff than me. But I'll tell you this, I'm living below my means. I'm keeping a job. I'm picking up side hustles. Because what I can tell you is this, I don't want to go back, okay, to living average or mediocre or whatever you want to call it. Now, again, as I stated in the beginning, any of us can be broken. Tony and Bryce, you're back, man. I thought you were quitting social media. You couldn't help it. You had to come back. Tony, just about everyone I went to high school with has been divorced. Well, there you go. Have big mortgages, total disaster pets, and might as well bury themselves in it. Blended families, etc. Whenever I feel down, I think of them and feel better. There you go, Tony. Good job. What I can tell you is this now, as soon as you have a kid, the first thing they say, well, let's talk about co-parenting. Guys, let's talk about contraceptive. Okay, let's talk about condoms, Diva Cup, vasectomy, and avocado toast. That's what I tell you. Bryce, you're back, man. Thank God you're not in the hospital, but you're still online. What I can tell you is this, you're better. Bryce, you are better to come back on YouTube, back online, than go back to a relationship. Why? Because look, you still got no attachments. You're still not married to me. You're not married to anyone online. You still got, no one knows who you are, really. You're living a dream. So, Bryce, virtual relationships, for the most part, are better than real life relationships. Okay. And even the virtual relationships, they're straining. They can get annoying. Like I'm sure some guys get pissed off with me. Some days you get very inspired. But guess what, guys and girls? You don't have to come home to me. You don't have to stay with me no matter what. And what I can tell you is I think the number one way to live like a king is stay single. I know they put it in the Bible. And I go back to that. I go, what are the basics for living your best life? Well, let's see what Jesus and Paul the Apostle said. Oh, they said stay single, okay? They said don't take a vow. Don't take a vow before God. What's the first thing you do when you get married? Take a vow, okay? So I don't know where they got that shit from. But what I can tell you is this, guys and girls, is that I don't know any happy people doing renovations. I don't. Your kitchen is not inspiring. It looks nice, but you also see where your soul used to be. Every kitchen countertop that I had to resurface or you rehung, every new appliance shows a day where you got upset and you hollered at your significant other, you hollered at the delivery man, you looked at your bank account, and you got a beautiful kitchen, but you're back to being in debt. You're back to being uninspired. You're not living like a king. You're living, okay, like a person in a first world country who's in a wealthy country, but dead broke. You broke as fuck. Canada, damn it, the fucking Canadian exchange is still strong. $5 super chat. Good message tonight, Sam. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that. I appreciate you staying with me, man. What I can tell you is Bryce is staying with me. Why? He says, shit, it ain't that bad to come back online. They don't really know who I am, and I can just do what I want, and I like that. So, Tony, thank you. Tennis Unlocked. I see you, brother. I'm looking in some communities, Tennis Unlocked, that they got a lot of tennis courts. Now, I don't play tennis, and I say to myself, in Florida, every community's got a tennis court. I don't want to play tennis, but, some of the rich people like to play tennis. I don't know. I'm still 50-50 on a home base, okay? My choices are, always number one, stay simple, just keep doing what I'm doing until the Jeep dies, okay? Number two, trade in a Jeep for a hybrid vehicle, probably the RAV4. What do I gain? I gain climate control. What do I lose? I got to spend more money for it. I don't have somewhere to park still, and all I gain is climate control. Option number three, get a home base, keep the Jeep Renegade, put a cheap travel trailer on it, and ride off into the sunset. So we'll see how it plays out. But what I can tell you is this. Whether I buy an RV lot and I live like a king in a community that has a gated community that has, because I'm going with the gates, okay? Because I lived the past 4 years with no gates. But I will say this, okay? I lived in a gated community before I sold my house, and I'm in an all-night gas station now. I should do a live feed about that, from a gated community to an all-night gas station. That's an interesting one. But it is true that when you live in a gated community, now how I look at it is it's almost like the gates keep you in, okay? And it is good to live like someone left the gate open. Because I can tell you this, sometimes now I look at are those gates keeping people out or keeping people in? So it's interesting, but I think part of your life is to explore. I think all kings throughout history had either they themselves explored or they had people in their kingdom explore. Because part of living your best life is to go out there and to seek beyond, to get a level of adventure, experience, and perspective. Bryce, if you never had a bad breakup before, would you still be inspired to stay single? Yeah, no, because then I'd be like the plumber with 11 kids. If I never had a bad breakup, I'd be married with kids, uninspired as hell, looking at this guy. I'd be in Connecticut or Massachusetts or New Jersey, looking on videos online like, damn, where'd my life go wrong? Then I'll see a guy at an all-night gas station say, well, your life went wrong when you didn't go through a bad breakup, when you decided to stick it out. Now you're renovating a kitchen. Now you're snaking out your grandma's, toilet bowl because she put too much hair down the drain, too much toilet paper and feminine products in the toilet. And your life sucks. And you're waiting for your wife to die, your kids to get out of the house, and your service dogs to pass away. And you ain't living like a king. Now, Is everyone meant to be single? No. Was I mad with God after some breakups? There was a couple breakups. I said, God, why are you screwing me? Now, I said, God bless me, spared me. So, I guess everything, in one sense, happens for a reason. I always have to be cautious when I say that because I don't want some crazy shit to happen. But, I don't know, man. I don't know life. I don't know everything about life. I don't have life all figured out. But I know this. All I can speak about is where I'm at in this moment. Now, tomorrow, life may change and I'll curse everything. But today, and what I've been reflecting on, is the single person has more freedom. The person who can maintain an income or take it from a higher cost of living state and come to a lower cost of living state, and a person who is able to eat what they want when they want, they're living like a king. That's the definition. And again, not in a prideful statement, okay? Not in a statement of you're better than someone, and not in an arrogant statement, but in a statement of, look, controlling your life. And I'm not telling people to get a divorce. Everyone's got to figure that out. Just like I tell you what religion. Everyone's got to go on their own spiritual journey. Everyone's got to go on their relationship journey. But I'm telling you, for me, I sit here before you as a 40-year-old man, and I feel like a king today. I do. Not because I have a fancy car, because I had a fancy car. When I bought a fancy car, I had buyer's remorse. At least when I was in my 30s. When I was in my young 20s, I like to show off a little bit. But it leads to nowhere, and they have to mature. See, some people never mature. And they think they're a man because they drink alcohol. And someone else peer pressured them to drink alcohol and smoke cigarettes and weed, and that's why they're doing it. But guys, real men, they drink water, okay? They don't smoke cigarettes. They don't drink alcohol. They don't have an overpriced pickup truck. They don't have an overweight wife. Oh, shit. They're living like a king like this guy. Well, let's take a hydration break. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, man. I don't think I ever want to call a plumber again, man. I really don't. I don't know why I'm still talking about it. I hate contracting work, man. I really do. Yeah, coconuts are back, man. Coconut stock market all-time high, brother. What I can tell you is take that Midtown or Upper East Side Manhattan money bag and bring it down to South Florida. Because South Florida getting just as expensive as Manhattan. Why? Guys, everyone from the up north liberal states, they came and they resold in Florida, okay? That's what happened. And now, guys, shit, even in areas when I came 4 years ago in Florida that were cheaper, I'm showing you some cheap spots, but guys, prices up. So coconuts, cash out, man. Get down here now. Live like a king while you still can move. While you still got your knees and your joints and your... Guys, look, you're living like a king when you have your physical health. Okay, when you're mobile, when you're able. Okay. So I looked at the ocean today. Guys, I'm at the ocean every day. All right, let me just say this. I looked at the ocean. And I said to myself, how am I going to feel in 40 years? Because I'm 40 now, I'll be 80. I'll be 80 in 4 years if I'm still alive. Average life expectancy is 78 for a male in the United States of America. I don't think I'll be swimming in the ocean when I'm in my 70s and 80s. I don't. Because I can feel my knees now. I wouldn't. Guys, when you go swim in the ocean, it takes a lot out of you. Just like I tell you, when you see someone paddleboarding, you say, oh, that's easy and nice. You've never paddleboarded. Paddleboarding is very hard on your knees. You guys got no idea you've never paddleboarded. You're still sitting there talking to your spouse, talking about you want to buy a canoe. You go by Walmart, you see all the nice color canoes. Guys, you're not going to canoe. Don't even bother to put that in storage. If you have a storage unit, you ain't living like a king. I don't know any kings that have storage units. I don't. Oh, coconuts, yeah. Beach emoji, swimming in the ocean. And what I can tell you is this, guys. I don't think you're going to be swimming in the ocean into your 60s, 70s, and 80s. I don't. You say, I know people in their 90s doing a marathon and doing an Ironman. Guys, I don't know. I know people in their 90s still doing plumbing work. I don't know anyone doing a marathon. Okay. So, look, guys, if you want to be in your 80s and 90s and doing plumbing work, knock yourself out. What I want to do, guys, one is up. I don't know how long I want to live. I mean, guys, I don't know what you think you're going to be doing in your 80s and 90s, but I want to be in Florida in my 40s, 50s, 60s, living below my means, retiring early, going to Starbucks, getting anything I want. Thank you for the super chats, Tony and Tennis Unlocked. Thank you to all my members, Bryce and Coconuts. What I can tell you is this. Keep your main job, move to a state with no state income tax, pick up side hustles, keep your health, do it while you're young enough, don't have kids, don't get any more pets, and that's what living like a king feels like. I'll drop the mic emoji. That's it. That's how it feels. Look, it's just like Tony said, man. It's just living life on your terms. And, you know, there was a YouTuber that used to always, you know, brag. It was like his act or whatever. And I'm not going to comment on him. I try not to comment on other people. But, you know, he was always referencing himself as a king. You know, I think he was doing a little bit in a prideful way and sometimes a hurtful way. But everyone's, you know, but it was more like a WWF skit. That's how I looked at it. But I'm not saying it that way, you know. I'm saying, to me, living like a king has nothing to do about being better than someone. It's everything to do about your best life. That's it. Because I know people, they're financially in poverty, but they're living life. I know one guy on YouTube, he's living in his van. He's eating, like, you know, shit out of the can, and he's enjoying his life. And I give him a lot of credit, making the most of his life. Now, I don't want to live like that, but for him, he's living like a king. And I say, God bless. Tony. Oh, Sabrina's still here. Prayers and blessings for your upcoming new year, Sabrina. Well, Sabrina, thank you. And all the same back to you, Sabrina. You've been a gem and a beautiful person. What I can tell you is this, Sabrina. I want you to hear me. We still got at least 24 hours left in 2020. Don't you celebrate until that ball has dropped. I want you to play harder now. I want you to be more focused now with these next 24 hours than you were the entire year. Because champions, kings and queens, they finish strong. Okay? So finish strong. Don't get lazy. Don't look to the future. Focus on now. Love to you, Sabrina. Thank you for everything. Tony. Praise the Lord. Screams from the front row of the strip club. What I can tell you is this. We had our guy Dan Diamond in here the other night from Palm Coast, Florida. He almost messed up all his money bag fucking with a stripper in Tampa. Okay. And he wasn't living like a king. And I guarantee you, she probably had a tattoo of a queen on her body somewhere. Okay. And Dan Diamond, he's in his 40s in a strip club. If you're in your 40s, guys, it's time to make a career transition. You're not a DJ anymore. You know, look, you're a graphics arts designer. You're you're going to take care of the audio system in the ER, okay? Use your audio and visual skills to go hang up projection boards in the conference room of hospitals, okay? Because what I can tell you is this, guys. I don't know any DJs, okay, in their 40s, 50s, and 60s in a strip club living like a king, okay? So I do know a lot of people make a lot of money. Well, I don't know anyone, but I'm lying to you. But all I'm trying to tell you is transition, okay? You got to pivot, okay? The strip club is not popping, especially after the coronavirus, okay? So it's time to make a transition. Tony, praise the Lord. You ever die? Bryce, what's a king diet consist of? Well, Starbucks. You know, when you hit Starbucks, when you hit Starbucks, the coffee, I just get the regular coffee. I don't get the drinks. It's like the same price as Dunkin' Donuts or even Wawa. It's about $2 for a small coffee. That's what I get. But when you're living like a king, you're going to get the coffee. You're going to get the blueberry oatmeal in the morning. And in the afternoon, you're going to get the coffee again. And you're going to get the a sprouted toasted bagel with veggie egg bites. Right there, that's about $15. Okay. So, guys, when you're living on the cheap, okay, your daily Starbucks bill can't be $15. Because you start adding that up, that's just Starbucks. Then you got another meal. You're going to spend about $30 a day in food. Guys, 30 times 30 is about $900 a month. Okay. So, guys, I know people with 2 kids, they get their monthly food bill is $400 or $500, but I think they underestimate that. I think most people live paycheck to paycheck because they underestimate how much they truly spend on food. Whether it's going out, whether it's stopping for Starbucks, whether it's going, whatever. New Year's Eve party, whatever. But look, guys, when you're living like a king or queen, you still have to be conscious of your budget. Because, guys, if I get laid off tomorrow, guys, I'm not getting that veggie egg bites in the afternoon. Okay, I'm gonna focus a little bit more. Okay, Warren Buffett had like a video of him, like how he, like it was fake, but like what he would do in the days his stock went down. Like he would eat very cheap, and when his stocks were up, he would eat like a king. Just the mindset of not being frugal to the point where, look, it's fun to live cheap. It's fun to live cheap. But, guys, it's not fun to not be able to eat what you want when you want. That's not living like a king or queen. Now, look, if you got no other choice, I've been at certain points, you do what you got to do. But tonight's video is, if you have a choice, if you can help it, downsize, don't get married, don't have kids, don't begrudge if you went through a bad breakup, you're winning. Don't get too many pets. I saw a girl today and she's pretty good looking. So some of you girls out there, you're ugly, you're overweight, and you say, shit, God fucked me up. Well, no, because I know a good looking girl now. She goes to therapy all the time, still pretty much out there, dating guys that are totally unavailable, and she got 3 dogs. Now she's overwhelmed by the responsibility of her pets. And she's an independent woman. And she wants to be independent, but you ain't gonna be independent when you have 3 pets. What should she do? Well, she probably have to give one. My mom got 3 pets after a breakup, and she had to give one away to she found a nice, I don't know, like some place on a farm, like where they take adoption animals or whatever. Look, you got too much responsibility. If you're not living like a king, you say kings have a lot of responsibility. No, back in the day, kings just did what they want. It wasn't a democracy, just fucking you do what you want. Okay. So yeah, they got responsibility, but they have ultimate authority. So guys and girls, in this world, you don't want to rule over people. You don't want to rule over people. You want to rule over yourself. You don't want to rule over your spouse or your kids or your dog. You don't want to be a dictator in your house. It's an asshole. Okay? You want to rule over yourself. And that's what I'll tell you. Bryce, are you like vegan? No. Do you have the same thing every day? I pretty much have close to the same thing every day. I was a vegan vegetarian when I was on my weight loss journey and I was really being strict. But it became like a religion, a little bit too restricting. And then I just found balance. But I do have mainly plant-based stuff. But even when you're plant-based, the sugar and the fried stuff can still kill you. I had an Indian friend, and a lot of his relatives were overweight. So I said, man, what's up? Because like a lot of people in Indian culture, they're vegetarians. Because like if you're from India, a lot of that culture is they hold the cow sacred. So they don't eat meat, a lot of them. So he was telling me like, a lot of his family from India and shit that live over here, they don't eat meat. I said, damn, why are they overweight then? They fat. And he goes, well, they still fry the vegetables. They cook in a lot of oil. I said, well, shit. Yeah. So they weren't thinking about the health. They were just thinking about their culture and the cow. So, guys, you can be a vegetarian and you could be fat. Okay. So, because you're still eating the oil and too much sugar. Now, I just had a thing of Tic Tacs. Do Tic Tacs have sugar? Yeah. I try not to eat after 8 p.m. anymore. I'll tell you that helps a little bit. But look, guys and girls, love to you, Sabrina, again. Great to have you. I hope your 2021 is going to be awesome, but let's finish 2020 strong. Coconuts, stock markets are all-time high just for you. Tony Guerrera, thank you for staying with me. I appreciate Canada. I appreciate you, man. Tennis on locked. We're serving them tonight. And the message tonight is I don't know anyone that doesn't want to live life on their terms. Okay. And in a world where as soon as you buy a house, you have to sign contracts saying that you live on the terms of your lender, you live on the terms of your landlord, you live on the terms of your HOA. However, I know people that spend most of their day in bed and they think they're going to live in their car and save on rent, and they're out of their mind. Okay. You should stay in your house, whether it's an apartment or whether it's an HOA. Because I'll tell you right now, if you ain't got 2 side hustles, if you don't go for 5 walks, if you're not independent in your house, you damn sure ain't gonna survive out here in the all-night gas station. I don't care what Bob Wells telling you. Guys, Bob Wells goes out of business if he tells you you're never going to be able to hack it more than a year on the road. Okay. And Bob Wells ain't trying to, Bob Wells is living like a king. Okay, he's telling all the poor, destitute people, come out here in the desert. I want to see a before and after. I want to see all these people that hit the road 3 years after. Not too many people doing it. Okay, most of the people I met online right now, they're either in rentals, they bought a house, okay, or whatever. So, guys, the coronavirus exposed the nomad life for what it really is, which is for very few people. Okay, it's a vacation lifestyle, and very few people living on vacation. However, the nomad life can be used, and it can still be done full time. But you have to ask yourself, are you a king or queen, or do you just have a tattoo of a king and queen, like in your mind you're a king and queen? Okay, because guys, we're playing Monopoly. And look, some people inherited Park Place, shout out to Trump, okay? And some people are just, going around trying to collect their $200 from Nancy Pelosi in a stimulus. Okay? And some people are trying to build their empire. They came up from regular or middle class, and they're trying to, get ahead. They're trying to be, they're trying to, guys, never buy a duplex, live out of one and rent the other. You might as well get your Roto-Rooter, your Spackle, your channel locks. You're going to be stuck in that duplex building, okay, in Hackensack, in Irvington, in Jersey City to the day you die, okay? So, guys, a duplex apartment is Satan's waiting room, okay? You might as well basically jump in the Hudson River, okay? Because what I can tell you is this, guys. Kings do not buy multi-family houses and live in one and rent the other out. At least in my opinion. Some people do. I'm not going to lie. My grandfather did that. I guess it helped him. But for me, what I tell you is this. Did my grandfather die like a king? No. He died with a caretaker, and all his daughters fought over the inheritance when he died. It's true. They still fight over the bills now. That's true. Okay. So what I tell you is this, and I think too, part of the divorce with my mother and my father was my father had to always work on that multifamily. I think renovations, I think multifamilies, I think they're all a scam to keep poor and middle class people renovating, fighting, getting divorced, hiring lawyers, going to Home Depot, hating their life, watching a guy on YouTube and saying, oh, yeah, I'm a plumber. I'm shopping at Dunkin' Donuts and 11 kids are great. Nah, that's a disaster. That's what I think. I think your appliances that are in style today will be horrible 3 years from now. But I think people have to do something. If everyone lived in their car and lived by Bob Wells, guys, the economy would be destitute, okay? So Bob Wells ain't got the answers, okay? And you say, do I have the answers? Guys, I'm just doing a live feed. You got to figure out your own answers, okay? Because everyone has a different answer for how they want to live life. That's what living like a king is like. You decide which your answers are, okay? See, some people want other people to give them the answer. I remember my name is Samuel. I remember looking in the Bible trying to figure out when I went on my spiritual journey, like, what does that mean in the Bible? It was about some guy, supposedly a prophet, that he told the people, you don't want a king because a king will rule over you. He warned the people, don't ask me, because they wanted Samuel to appoint a king to rule over them. And Samuel tried to warn them, that's not what you want. Believe me, you don't want to get married. You don't want to have 3 pets. But they said, no, we want a king to tell us what to do. That's what they said. And so you know what he said? Till death do you part. You know what he said? Go to Home Depot, pick out another color for your room that doesn't inspire you. You know what he said? Fuck them. Because that's what they want. People want someone to tell them what to do. And that's what I tell you. That's why most people are depressed. Even in a first world country. You came from the Philippines. You married some fat old American guy. You thought you were going to live like a queen. Now you're living a lot better than a lot of people back home. But come to find out, okay, your man ain't no king, okay? He's a below average American, okay? That couldn't get an American girl, okay? And now you feel like you trapped. And I'll tell you, if you don't believe me, look at Melania Trump. Okay, look at anyone, okay, that married for a visa. It's better than a third world country, but I tell you, you can be in a first world country and live like a peasant, or at least not live inspired. Okay. Now that's a harsh reality of life. But guys, this is my observation. This is my channel, and I'm the king on this channel. I'm not the king of you. I'm not better than anyone, but this is my opinion video. Okay. And what I can tell you is this, a lot of people watch my videos and they got different opinions. They should make their own. Okay. They should live like a king or queen on their channel. But they're too lazy, or they don't want to share their privacy. Hey guys, look, when you're willing to share, when you pay the rent, it's your house. You're the king of the household. I'm the king of the channel. Not the king of you. What does it mean to be royalty? Well, when you go to church, oh, the color purple, it's royalty. And then they put you on the altar. You got to go up a couple steps. You do that whole game. And then you realize, guys, everyone's on the same level. There's no altar in life. Everyone's on the same level. Okay. And that's why a lot of times when Jesus used to talk, he used to put the religious leaders on the same level as him. They ain't like that. Okay. So I put everyone on the same level, guys. Pope, pastor, president, whatever. Everyone's got different gifts. Psychopath, everyone. And bottom line is, I really don't spend much of my day thinking about what other people are doing. I don't. I think about, what do I need to do to live my best life? Is it sell my house? Is it to get a job transfer? Is it to pick up a side hustle? Is it to be consistent? Is it to fight through a bad day of depression? Is it to restrain from ever getting a bathroom where I have to call a plumber? Oh yeah. Because I tell you this, if I get an RV lot, I'm never hooking up the black or I'm never hooking up the black water tank or the water unless I get sick and I need to be self-contained. I'm going to use the common amenities because I hate plumbers. I do. I think it's a good trade. So I'm not mad if anyone wants to be a plumber, electrician, carpenter. But what I can tell you is this, guys, once you are caught in that whole world of snaking out a sink because someone's hair went down it, plunging a toilet bowl because someone put their tampon, or they took a big ass dookie and they put like 5,000 sheets of toilet paper down it. You say to myself, this is where all the toilet paper during the coronavirus went. In someone's toilet bowl. And it's true. Guys, during a global pandemic, what was the most scarce resource? Toilet paper. Why? Because people quarantined and took joy in sitting on their throne, their toilet, as their king or queen. And I took joy, okay, in pissing in a jug and taking a dookie in Planet Fitness or a truck stop. Now, was it joyful when the gyms closed? No. And that's when it showed you that, guys, you don't want to be a nomad and have a national emergency. Many people got off the road. So I don't know if you need to get on the road, but I know that some people have what it takes to be on the road. But have an emergency fund in case you got to get an Airbnb. Because I'll tell you this, the reality is, guys, the weather, emergency, sickness, it'll get you off the road. But there's nothing wrong with getting off the road for a couple months and then getting back on it. You know, when you're the king or when you're the queen, when you're living below your means, when you don't have too many things, when you don't have too many pets, you can change. You can go from a car to an Airbnb to a house to a hotel to a toilet bowl. Thank you, coconuts. Hot emojis. So what I want to tell you, with one day left in the year, may the stocks continue to go up on the last trading day of 2020 for my man Coconuts and all my capitalists out there. May they pass the $2,000 stimulus for all my socialists out there. However, I don't think the Republicans want you to have it. Even though Trump does, but I think it's just a scam just to try to win some points with you before he leaves. But I'll tell you this, guys. To all my people out there that don't qualify for the stimulus and they got stocks, or for all my people out there that have figured out how to live below their means on what their income is and not have too much, for anyone out there that goes to the Starbucks line and orders whatever they want, for anyone out there who has the health to go to the beach and swim, you're living like a king. Now look, guys, one day you're living like a king, and the next day you have the king's disease. Okay. Because Nas' latest album was called The King's Disease. It means you get fat, lazy, and content, and you get gout. Okay. And you think that you're always going to be on top, but no one stays on top, including me. We all have our day. So you prepare as best you can for the future. You stay humble in the success. You focus on finishing strong. And you control your life as best you can. Kathy, happy early New Year. Kathy, I appreciate that so much. But this is what I want everyone to start to say. Happy fourth quarter of 2020. Guys and girls, we still got 24 hours left. Where's the focus? I love you, Kathy. I love you, Sabrina. I appreciate the sentiment. But I want you to smack the shit out of anyone who says Happy New Year before it's the new year. Because I want you to bring in the new year with a new mindset. That you finish the day strong. You don't look ahead. You don't say in the new year, I'm going to get my health together. Guys, we still got 24 hours left. Start your health game right now. Put your house on the market right now. I want you to go on Zillow.com and list your house for sale. Will you do it? You won't do it. You're not living like a king. You're living like a procrastinator. You know the difference between a king, queen, and the peasants? And no one's a peasant. I hate to use that word, but I'm trying to make an example. Action. Procrastination is the delay, if not total absence of action. People who procrastinate, they wish their life away. Now you say, look, I just want to watch the Lifetime channel. I want to eat my damn cheese sandwich, and I just want to hear positive shit. Well, guys, you got the wrong channel. Because I'm the type of person that tells you, I don't want you to live through me. I want you to live your own life. You say, well, it's too late for me. I said, well, maybe it is. But let me reach the people that it's not. And I'm not going to tell you it's too late for you, and I'm not going to tell you it's not. I don't know. Okay, don't ask me to be Judge Judy. You got to figure out your own life. But I tell you this, happy 2020 with 1 day left. I want you to finish 2020 stronger than you ever did. Will you go for a walk right now? Will you go on Zillow.com right now? You won't do it. And then 2021 is going to be the shittiest year you ever had. You thought 2020 was bad. Wait till you see 2021. Because you're going into 2021 with the same mindset you went into 2020. The new year is going to bring great things, new things. Guys, today is the day. Procrastination is the reason you're not living like a king or queen. You waited too long to downsize. You waited too long to get a divorce. You waited too long to do what you wanted to do. And now you got nothing. And I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about this. I'm talking about action. Okay? You got to start now. Okay? What does it mean to live like a king? Decisive. Intense. You got to be so ready to change your life that nothing stands in your way. In a healthy, legal, safe way. Again, I'm not talking about ruling over people. I'm not talking, again, Samuel told people, you don't want someone to rule over you. You don't want a controlling relationship where someone rules over you. You want to control your own life. But they didn't listen to Samuel in biblical times, and I don't think they listened to me. I think some of them want to get with me. I think some of them want to maybe live some part of how I live, but I don't think people want to change their life. Because I think every time they procrastinate, I think it's an example, okay, of bullshit. I think if I wasn't living below my means, if I wasn't doing a couple side hustles, I would have to sit here with a smile, okay? And I seen it last night. I seen someone go live for 7 hours, okay? I didn't watch the whole thing. I woke up in the morning and said, this month. And guys, they got thousands of views, but they're making less than me. Why? Because guys, they're not managing their time. They're just fucking being a service dog. Okay? They're talking about, oh, YouTube revenue down. Guys, YouTube revenue up for me. Okay? Why? Because I show up consistently. And I'm not wasting 7 hours of my fucking day doing a live feed talking about bullshit. Okay? Guys, let me tell you, YouTube was not made to go live for 7 hours a day. Okay? It wasn't made, okay, to form relationship. YouTube was made to add value. Get in and get the fuck out. Okay. You say, I thought we were friends, guys. I tell you right up, we're not friends. I'm a spark plug. Okay. If we're friends, guys, then you look good. Okay. And I hate to be the spoiler, but we know most people don't look good. Okay. So I want to go into 2020 with 1 day left. I want to finish the year strong. I want you to change your life. And I think some people will. Okay. I think this message is for some people, not most people. And I'm okay with that. And one of my first videos that really had some traction was a video. I was very scared to make it. I was very beginning of my journey where it was tough for me to pull deep in. I just shared very humbly. Is the power of living below your means that you can be the king of your... It means you can speak up to be who you are. Because believe me, they're watching. And believe me, they're not liking it. You know, it's hey guys, look. When you're willing to make the sacrifices that you need to make, when you're willing to take action and not procrastinate, you'll get where you want to get. It may not be perfect. You're going to need the grace of God. You're going to make mistakes. But you ain't going to be you're not going to be sending out mass texts talking about, I hope this year's going to be great for you. I'm going to send out a text tomorrow and say, last year was fucked up because you ain't do shit, and this year going to be just as bad for you. You didn't do shit last year. Some people, as soon as the quarantine hit, everyone's got to get locked up. Lock everyone down. They weren't working. They weren't doing anything with their life. They loved the quarantine. They masturbated to it. They wanted to stay locked down. And the virus is real. Some people are high risk. I'm not mocking it. I can get it and die. I take all the precautions. I wear my masks. I social distance. I follow all the laws. And so a lot of people, they still got it. But what I can tell you is this. 2021, I'm going to do a video tomorrow I talk about. I ain't going to blow a spot. But I'm going to tell you this, guys. I want to know who's going to finish 2020 strong. Okay. We got 24 hours left. I can't believe I called a timeout. I called a timeout in the fourth quarter to check in on you guys. Okay. To see how's everyone playing their position. I want to see how Coconuts is doing in Upper East Side of Manhattan. I want to see how Kathy's doing, Bryce doing. Bryce just got to the hospital. Bryce should be more focused than ever. Sabrina's trying to figure out with her military retirement how she can do it. Tennis so locked, he's going to play tennis in the rich part of wherever he's at. Because if they got tennis courts, it's rich. Tony's in Canada, getting that $2,000 a month. Now, if you do the currency exchange, it's only like $1,600 US. I called a timeout to see if you want to live like a king or queen. And people came back to the bench and they're unfocused. They're talking about the next game. We're not in the next game yet. We're still in this game. And if you can remember that every day of your life going forward, you're still going to fail. You're still going to have bad days. But you're going to be better for staying focused, for taking action, not procrastinating. How overwhelming is it to know you have a storage unit and you never look at it? You never go there. You never touch it. It's so overwhelming to the mind to know that you got shit you're paying for and you never use. I don't care if you can survive. I want you to thrive. What's the difference between survival and thrival? Well, guys, king status. Because, guys, when you're a king, you go in that storage unit and say, I don't need none of this shit. I don't want anyone to wish me a happy new year if they got a storage unit. You say that's wrong. There's some people that love you. I love you too. You know that. But guys, I'm not doing my job. I'm not being me. If I'm not making videos how I want to make them, and I'm living below my means so I can. Because, guys, YouTube is filled with enough fluff and corporate videos. You don't need any more of that shit. I don't need any more of that. I do videos how I want to do them. And I'll tell you right now, I don't think you should live in your car if you got videos on your channel of you laying in bed with your cat. I don't think so. Guys and girls, I respect you, but look, you don't respect yourself. You don't. You're not intense enough. I'm not gonna happen. Not gonna work out for you. However, what should you do? Whatever you want. It's your life. But what are you gonna do with that cat? What are you gonna do with that dog? Look, whatever you got now. You got a kid, you got a storage unit, you got a couple dogs, you got a big house. What should you do? Well, let's take an inventory. What don't you need? Like, I know you can't give back your kid. I know you can't, but, well, if you have 3 dogs like my mom did, you may have to give 1 to an adoption center. If you got a storage unit, you may have to get rid of it. If you got a dying relationship, you may have to get a divorce. If you got the opportunity to do a renovation or to sell your house, you may need to stop the fucking renovations. Kings take action. The peasants of society live a pathetic life, not because they're pathetic, not because it's about money. It's about a mindset of how do you want to live? You have the opportunity to change. Not in 2021, right now in 2020. I'll tell you right now, if there's one of the things I mentioned on your list, and you're going to wait till 2021 going to be shit. You should go right now. If you need to give up on a dog for an adoption, you should go on adoptioncenter.com. If you need to get rid of your storage unit, you need to go and read your storage unit policy on cancellation. Or, you got a 24-hour storage unit. You should go right now and start throwing shit out. Whatever you can do now, you can go outside and go for a walk. A king takes action. Peasants procrastinate. Is it hard mentally? Guys, everything's hard. It's hard to wake up early. When I wake up at 5 a.m., guys, I'm not like, ding. I'm like, fucking gotta get up. Because if I don't get up at 5 and I end up sleeping till 6 or 7, by the time the sun's up, the gig's up. It's done. You missed the opportunity. You always feel behind the 8 ball when you wake up and the sun's already up. That's not king stats. King, good to see you, brother. Is it possible to change? Yes. Is it hard? Yes. Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Coconuts. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Tennis Unlocked. Thank you, Bryce. I love you. Okay. Not in a fake way where we're going to do a meet and greet. But in a real way where we all like our own space. Okay. And we don't want to have to get dressed up to go some bullshit ass meet and greet where people trade war stories. I don't want to talk about war stories. I want to talk about past. I damn sure don't want to talk about 2021 when we still got 24 hours left in 2020. I want to talk about right now. Being a person that looks at life at 5 a.m. when they don't want to get up and saying, you know what, I'm going to take action. I'm not going to procrastinate. Because right there, I want you to remember this. You decide if you're a king or queen at 5 a.m. when you have the option to hit the snooze button. Okay. If you're the type of person to hit that snooze button, and I've been that type of person, just give me your crown. Okay. Give me your crown. And wait for DiGiorno pizza to go on sale for $1.99. Now, I tell you this, my mom called me the other day. She was very happy, and I love my mom. I'm blessed. I had a good mom. She got a bunch of DiGiorno pizza because they was on sale for $1.99. She was very happy, and I was happy for her. But I'm telling you, I'm not living that life. I love my mom. I can love someone and say, I give them space to do them. But guys, I'm not in New Jersey. I'm not eating DiGiorno pizza. It's not the life for me. A king decides their own life, or a queen. Now, look, to decide your own life means you're going to have to venture out on your own as best you can based on your abilities. And yes, you're going to need help along the way. But yes, the more you help yourself, the more people want to help you. Chris Rock, the famous comedian, he said one time that when he's on side of the road and if his car breaks down and he pushes his car, he found that more people pull over to the side to help him. But when his car breaks down and he just sits there waiting for people to stop, no one helps him. When you are stranded on side of the road and you're pushing your own car down I-95, I guarantee you someone's going to stop. But when you're on the side of the road and you're just looking, waiting for, cursing everyone that doesn't stop, no one's going to stop. It's a powerful lesson. Kathy's living like a queen. That's what I like to hear. I want you to start pushing your car tonight on I-95. God forbid, on Route 287 in New Jersey. God forbid. God forbid. On a, what do they call that? The Vera Way, Parkway, or whatever. I don't know. In Manhattan, I don't remember that. Verrazano. On the Verrazano Bridge. Action. Kings take action. Peasants procrastinate. That is the message tonight. And like my man Coconuts, drop the mic. Thank you.